Alright. I got these assault rocker arms not long ago. Put on these big block heads. And I was wondering how they compared to the old Crane gold roller rockers from days gone by. But these your KMJ assaults seem to be pretty damn good quality. But just so happen to have a set of new old stock Crane gold roller rockers. According to the box, these were packed in like May 23rd of 1991. They've never been used. The box looks like shit because it's 33 years old. There's, which it's upside down, but you'll find no .com on this shit. Back then you had a fucking barcode, but it's a 13750-16 part number. What these are is Crane gold roller rockers, 1.7 ratio for a big block Chevy, brand new 33-year-old rocker arms, still in the fucking plastic, never been opened. There's not something you'll see every day. Let's get them out of here. These were pretty much the industry standard for badass rocker arms for quite a few decades. As far as stud mounted rocker arms went, you couldn't go wrong with the old Crane Golds. You had to really be getting stupid with them to break them. So they were known for their durability. Oh shit, they were used in many a dragster and fucking monster trucks and pulling trucks and everything else you can imagine. That Crane logo there, it used to be different, like back in the 70s and earlier 80s. It had orange and it's like white and orange and black. And they went to this logo here about in the late 80s, which Crane went out of business years back. I think they got bought out by somebody else, but it ain't the same. When Harvey Crane owned the company and run it, their shit was top notch. You couldn't do better than Crane shit, you know. Crane girdles and valve springs and retainers and all your valve train goodies. Shit, Crane even used to sell fucking cylinder heads. They'd take a GM over-the-counter 492 heads and port the shit out of them, mill them, port them, put oversized, felt like 205, 160 valves in them and shit. Made them pretty nice. And then sold them. They had Crane Fireball heads. It was stamped on them. They're pretty rare heads. I had a pair of them a long time ago. Didn't really know what the hell I had at the time. These fuckers here have never been out of the package. The plastic is on there. 33 years old. And I think I'm fixing to bust the seal. I hate to. These fuckers are almost like collector's item shit that you would just want to put on a shelf or a museum or something. Brand new 33-year-old crane rocker arms. I feel guilty cutting the fucking plastic. But we got a razor blade here. And here goes nothing. "33 years. Fuck it though, it's a car parts. I ain't gonna live forever, so I ain't giving a fuck about what they might be worth in the future. I just want to use them on one of my big block Chevy engines I'm currently assembling. So they'll work fine for my needs. Just plastic off of here. Okay. There's the fucking plastic removed. Let's see what we got here. Shit feels pretty tight tolerances. That bearing. Got a little bit of rust on that roller I need to clean off. It's no problem. There they are, your authentic 1991 crane roller rocker. See if I can get some light on that bastard. Crane. It's a 13 1.70 E -7. What we got there? Pretty well made. So let's compare one to one of these KMJ assault rockers, side by side. See just what the difference is. I can already tell when I got them, I knew they were different, but here's your KMJ, here's your crane. So you got this wing sticks up in the back on the crane. Like the KMJ got a longer slot and the oil holes in a different location. I noticed those. Look at the fucking pin difference. That KMJ, that fucking pin is huge compared to that crane. I mean, this fucker looks like it would actually be stronger with the size of that fucking pin. The crane looks pissant by comparison. You know, these fuckers here will handle 800 lift fucking cam, no problem. Bearings look about the same size. Looks like the KMJ has more meat around the bearing here compared to the crane. So the crane's got that ducktail going on the ass there. Hell, the fucking KMJs actually look to have better machining and shit. They're both extruded billet aluminum. These are 33 years old, and these are about 2 months old. These fucking KMJs are very nice. Look like you could get a bigger spring in there with the KMJ as well. Got a longer slot on the KMJ to tolerate more lift. Hell, I kind of like the shiny gold finish on the KMJ. A little better than the old crane also. Look like we have more meat here compared to the crane. Look like the fucking roller's bigger as well. So just looking at the two side by side, shit, I'd almost have to say the fucking KMJ looks like a stouter piece. The only thing left for speculation would be the material. But hell, they're both fucking extruded billet aluminum. And these fuckers have went on many engines with big solid roller cams and shit and managed to survive just fine. As well as these old cranes here. They were the industry standard for a long fucking time back in the 60s and 70s and 80s. If you had crane gold roller rockers, you was big shit. Because they wasn't ever cheap. They were fucking expensive even back then. These KMJs are definitely a hell of a value. I paid less than $200 for the whole fucking set. You know, compare them to these vintage cranes, I'd put my money on the fucking KMJ being a stouter piece. Strangely enough. Definitely a good value. If you can find a set of these cranes, you're gonna pay a big chunk of fucking money for them. Which I fucking lucked out on them things. Actually, it's a kind of an unusual story. I've been buying shit on eBay since there's been eBay. And I saw these new old stock crane roller rockers for sale. And I think they were in Great Britain or UK. you know, fucking England, somewhere over in that region. I usually don't like to buy shit from out of the country, but I, took a shot at it. They're brand new 33-year-old Crane Gold roller rockers, so for nothing else, I wanted them just for the collectability of them. But I bought them for like $414, I believe, what it costed me. So I bought some other shit at the same time. And days gone by, everything else I bought came in, shipped, and arrived. Except for these fucking rocker arms. And then like over a week went by and they still haven't even shipped. So I'm a pretty mellow guy these days, but I used to be a pretty fiery dude, and I get pissed off. It's still there. So I got fired up on this fucking dude and told him, you shouldn't be selling this shit if you can't ship it, Well, first I asked him, when should I expect this item to ship? And he told me like Friday. And then Friday came and went, and it was days later and they still hadn't shipped, even like next Tuesday. So I was pissed off by that time because he fucking lied to me. Just keep your word. So I got in his ass and got pretty rude and said some pretty mean shit because the situation called for it. But I was angered, to say the least. And I just told him, just give me my fucking money back and end this shit. Fuck it, I don't want them, So he refunded my money right pretty much like the next day. Got a full refund. And then the guy sends me a fucking email apologizing, telling me he was out of the country and it was out of his control and he wasn't at his shop to ship them. And he wanted to give me the rocker arms as a gift for my inconvenience. And I thought, yeah, right. I've been dealing with people on there for fucking years, and there's a shitload of scam artists on there, so, but he wanted my mailing address and shit in the email, and I was kind of hesitant, but said, fuck it. He already had my address from the original transaction, so I figured what I had to lose. So I give it to him. And then a couple of days later, all the way from fucking England, his goddamn rocker arms showed up in the mail. They worth $500 here in the States. And he spent $100 on fucking shipping. So he spent $600 on them. A $600 value he just gave me for a fucking gift because he was like a week and a half late to ship them. So give me a full refund and the damn rocker arms. I couldn't believe it. Blow my fucking mind. There are good people still left out there. And he sent me his link to his YouTube channel. It turns out the dude's got like the fastest street legal fucking car. I don't know if it's the current world record holder, but it has been. It's the fastest car in England for sure. But it's come to America to the World Street Finals and shit, and it runs like 580s at 270 mile per hour. It turns out that's his fucking car, and he sells high performance auto parts. He's got a speed shop and shit he operates. So been talking back and forth with the dude, and turns out he's pretty fucking cool. So I made a new friend. Yeah, he's a stand-up dude. If you ever on eBay shopping and you see something and the seller is SM-Performance, that's a solid fucking dude. I highly recommend buying shit from him. He's got a lot of nice shit for sale too for reasonable prices. It's mostly hardcore drag racing type shit. Valve train components and titanium retainers and, you know, fucking valves and valve springs and all kind of good shit. Rocker arms. But he sells some nice shit. He's in England. But turned out the dude got the world's fastest street legal fucking car. It's on YouTube. It's a Vauxhall. It's a English car called a Vauxhall. But it's got a twin turbo big block Chevy in it, laying down probably 4,000 plus horsepower. It's a fucking pro mod with a license plate for real. But yeah, he's a solid dude. He just gave me them fucking rocker arms, and I'm a stranger 5,000 miles away, and I got pretty pissy with him. I feel like an asshole now, but I've been scammed on eBay several times, so I'm weary of them anyway. You know, I tried to buy a Super Victor big block intake on there one time, and this fucker sent me an EGR block-off plate for an Edelbrock Performer intake that was worth about 15 bucks, and then he marked my fucking package as shipped, and I ordered a Super Victor for a big block Chevy, so he was trying to fuck me out of $500 plus, you know. I was pissed, but eBay ended up refunding my fucking money and shit. But there's a lot of scammers on there trying to get over on you, and they got a million tricks. And I just thought this dude was another one of them. But it turned out he's cool as hell and solid individual and got one hell of a fucking drag car. I watched his YouTube channel. I was definitely impressed with. And he built that fucking car over the course of 40 years in a one-car garage. So he ain't some billionaire. He's a real-world dude that's just far more dedicated than most people could imagine. That fucking car is super hardcore. But of course, it's twin turbo big block in that motherfucker. So if you want to have the fastest street car in the world, better follow his lead. I don't know what size it was, but it wasn't that damn big. It was like a 555 or something. So it's just had a shitload of boost being poured to it. Yeah, SM Performance. He's a cool ass dude. Highly recommend buying shit from him. But these fucking assault rockers are damn nice. They are damn nice. I'm very impressed, even more impressed with them now after getting these cranes. And I hate to say it, but they almost seem like a better fucking rocker arm than the cranes. But, you know, there's 33-year spread there, and they made those cranes all the way back in the 60s, so they didn't change much. They've been around for a minute, but they're good shit, and they'll take some pretty high lift fucking cams and shit too. So they were never used, never opened. That's not something you see every day. There they are, crane gold rollers.